Hello. So let's say you are too busy to watch the lessons. Maybe you don't have time. Maybe you don't want to follow along. Maybe you want the path of least resistance to get data from Google Sheets to your Unreal project. No problem. I got you. So you will find in the downloads, and just in case if you're watching this on YouTube, you may need to check the link in the description to go to the Academy or the platform where you will download the file that says content.zip. Maybe it will have a different name, but you will find a file that you can download. When you open this file, you will see content, AC interactive, blueprints, systems, points of interest, then RDT, runtime data tables, and here you will see two files. So what you should do is the following. Here's the Unreal Engine project, and right now we don't have the file in the project, so I'm going to press Ctrl Enter to open this in a new tab, and I'm going to click and drag this content folder here, so it would be copied here. That's how we get the files we need. Now, that's step number one. Step number two, let's open our Unreal project and let's locate these two files so we know we are both on the same page. So let's go to blueprints, systems, points of interest, RDT, and here are our two files. We have a blueprint actor that we need to click and drag and place in our level. And this is the unit data runtime manager. This is the actor that is going to get data to our project from Google Sheets. And right now I don't have the plugin enabled, so we can enable the plugin together. In addition to this file, we have also a blueprint interface that is going to do the communication between our blueprints. So let's go to edit plugins and let's enable the plugin. So runtime data table, click here and let's restart the engine. All right, once we enable the plugin, select the actor we place and press on Ctrl E to open the blueprint editor. And this is our current setup. So for this lesson, I am going to do very minor change, and that is to get rid of the generate token info. So if you are not sure what I'm talking about, you must watch lesson number 30.4. Google Cloud and private sheets. So I will not get into too many details about how we enable private sheets. You must see the other lesson on how to do that. It's very easy to follow. So by disconnecting this, I'm going to connect this here like so, and I'm going to set my sheet to public. So we want to enable this boolean. You should have access to this sheet from earlier lessons, and I will also leave a link in the description. You want to create a copy of this sheet, so you can simply click here, press Ctrl C and paste this in your new Google Sheet. And once you do that, what you want to do is to share this sheet, and you want to set the general access from restricted to anyone with link, and you can of course keep that at viewer like so. So now click on done. This email here again is from the lesson 30.4 on how we can use Google Cloud and private sheets. Let's click on done. This sheet now is public, so you must not share this with anyone except with your good old Unreal Engine. Let's click on copy link and let's go back to our Unreal Engine project. So in sheet URL, you may want to paste, or not, you want to paste the link here. And I already have the link pasted, so click on enter, click compile and save. Now, what we need to do is to modify a couple of our blueprints. So let's start with the main blueprint, which is the point of interest of the residential units. So click on any of these or press Ctrl space and let's go to our folder here, points of interest, and let's select the blueprint POI residential unit. So double click this, let's place this here, and let's go to where we have create new widget on screen, where we have the structure unit data filter. So you want to disconnect this and we want to get our new structure. Now to do that, we need to follow a couple of steps, and the first one is implementing the interface. So let's go to class settings and let's go to interfaces, implemented interfaces, and let's click on add, and let's type the name of the interface we imported earlier. It's called PPI update CSV. Click and we will get this list here, and we have the event update POI data CSV. I think no, we need update filter POI CSV. Well, my bad, we need this one, update POI data CSV, because this one have a map and we need to get the structure from here. So let's delete the update filter POI CSV and let's keep this one, update POI data CSV. What we need to do from here is to click on the map variable here and search for find, and we need to get the row number of our specific point of interest, and we can get that under variables here. If we go to POI data table, you will find data table row number, and this is a number we set during the design process, and you can find that number here. So 29, this is 58, and so on. So we need this specific number for this specific points of interest. So click and drag this, hold Ctrl to get it, and connect this here. Now you can click and drag and simply leave this here and it will be connected for you. The next thing we'd like to do is to set our structure. So let's go on the tab here, move this to the tab. We want to set this structure, and you can find it here, unit data filter, click and drag and leave it here. So that will set it for us, and connect this here like so. Now we're almost done. We just need to set the color of the point of interest based on the status. So click and drag from here and let's break the unit filter data, and this will give us our structure. So we need the listing status. So to pipe this where it should go, let's go to the construction script and let's go here to where we have set color of POI from the data table, and let's select this here. So we need the switch on enumeration, POI listing status, and then the colors. So simply you can click and drag, press Ctrl C, and let's go to event graph, and let's press Ctrl V. Now click on the listing status here and connect it to the selection, and I'm going to select these, right click, and I will collapse to a function. So this will keep things nice, and I will set this name to set POI color. Okay, so maybe in future updates you will find this ready for you instead of these, but for now this is the version I'm working with. So just in case if you don't see these, you're going to see a function like this, set POI color, that you can simply click and drag to set. So I'm going to click here and click on hide unconnected pins to keep things nicely organized. And I will also, so let me double click here to add a reroute node, click from this here and connect it to our unit data filter from the map, not from here, but from here. Okay, that's important. And for OCD to be happy, I will move these to the tab, and that is the first blueprint that we want to modify. Next, let's compile and save. Let's open our taskbar. So let's go to UI and let's go to the filter panel. Sorry, I said taskbar. Let's first open the filter panel here. Let's go to graph and let's disconnect this part. Let's select these elements. So you will need to go to custom event, filter update, select the data table row name, and get data table. So this is the offline data table we set up in the past. Move this to the tab, press Ctrl, click and connect this here. Press Alt and disconnect this because we are not using this anymore. In fact, if you don't want to use the offline data, you can delete this, but I will keep this for us for, just in case. Since we're getting elements from our points of interest, what you need to do is to get the structure we set. So it's called unit data filter. So simply let's click and drag and let's get unit data filter and connect this here. So that's the only modification we need to do on the filter panel. Now let's open our taskbar. So I'm going to press Ctrl space and let's go to blueprints, UI, panels, and let's go to the taskbar. So you can also simply search taskbar and that will locate the taskbar for you. And you can press Ctrl B and that will take you to the folder of the taskbar, or you can simply just double click this to edit it. Let's go to the graph and let's scroll down to where we have our points of interest systems, and below this color, this page color perhaps, we can create our simple logic. So first we want to implement the interface here as well. So let's click on class settings and go to implemented interfaces, type CSV to find our blueprint interface. And let's go to interfaces and click on update filter POI. And this will create an event for us. Click and drag from the execution pin here and click on B to get a branch node. And let's find the boolean we need to work with. So under POI units, we have this boolean here, the UI units filter search on screen. So if it's on the screen, then we want to execute the event. If it's not, then we don't want anything to happen. Next, we want to select the widget blueprint, the units filter panel, and we want to get it. And from this widget blueprint, what we need to do is to get this event, to execute this custom event called filter update. So let's go back to the taskbar, click and drag from here, from this reference, and let's search for filter update. And we call this function now, connect this to true, and that's it. That's all the setup we need to do. So now we can test the blueprint. So I'm going to press Ctrl Shift S to save everything. And let's go back to the demonstration level here. Let's make sure that we have the unit data runtime manager in our level. Now let's click on play and let's hope I did not forget anything. So let's go now to the unit inventory. And the fastest way to see the changes is to simply get something like sold and paste it all over the place. And let's go back to our blueprint. And as you can see, yes, everything updated with no problem. So I'm going to test this even further. I'm going to click here on this unit, listing ID 88. The market value is 320. So let's go back to the sheet and let's go to the price here and let's sell it, for example, to 250. Let's make it cheaper so we can afford it. Now, if you click, so this will update every 5 seconds, which is fine. Click again, and as you can see, this will update to 250. Beautiful. So that's it for this lesson. This is how you set up Google Sheets with your Unreal Engine project. If you have any questions, let me know. As always, I hope you found this useful. If you like this project and you want to support it, do your magic, you know what to do. Thank you so much for watching. Stay hydrated, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.